Hello, everybody. How are you? It is Wednesday. It is time for our weekly Lunch and Learn. And I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm so happy to be here. Today, we are talking about your recipe for sales success in a service-based business. And I think this is a topic that I'm really, really passionate about. And I can't wait to share more. And one of the things that I know that so many people experience is a lot of discomfort when it comes to sales, when it comes to talking about sales, when it comes to doing sales, when it comes to being involved in a sales experience. And if you are in sales, if you're new to sales, if you're experienced in selling, or even uncomfortable with the idea of selling, this is here for you. I think this is going to be really, really helpful to you because I know everything I'm going to share has been it's made a world of difference to me in my life and in my career. And so I'd love to know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're tuning in by replay, type replay in the chat. And if this is your first time here, type in first time in the chat. Hello, Sandra. How are you? Hope you're having an awesome, awesome day. I know it got started early today. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Larissa McCook. I'm an author, speaker, and CEO of Larissa McCook Coaching, and I help people unlock their magic and become what they're capable of being by releasing where they're stuck and taking action on it. And like I said, today we are talking about sales. And sales really it makes the world go around. And if you want to make a positive impact in this world and really skyrocket your way to success, there are 5 key things, 5 key ingredients that you've got to be aware of and implement. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so hello, Jackie. Hello, Jackie. If there's anyone else on, I want to know where you're coming in from and if there's anything specific that you want to get out of this today. Okay, so I've got 5 tips to share with you that are going to really help you master sales and move you forward in sales success in a service-based business. So step 1 is you've got to have a vision. You got to have clarity, and that vision has got to be crystal clear. Okay. And I think when we're looking at the world of sales, often people are in a sales position either because they own a company or own a business, or they're in their own business and they're seeking entrepreneurship, and all of a sudden you have to get business to come in the door, or maybe you're holding a sales position within another company. But regardless of where you're working or how the sales is showing up in your life, you've got to have a vision, because you need to know what the company vision is. You need to know what your personal vision is, and you want to make sure that they are really bridging. You don't want to have a big gap in there, right? You want to make sure that your vision falls in line with the company's vision. For example, I think when I first started in the world of financial services, I love money. I love the idea of money. I actually read my first financial services book when I was 8 years old. Okay, I sat in the bathtub reading The Wealthy Barber, and that was the first money book I read. So the idea of money and working in financial services was a little intimidating at the time, but it was also really exciting. The things that companies stood for, the philosophies they had were just completely exciting and really organic for me. It was a natural fit for my world, for my desires, and how I wanted to move forward. Now, flash forward a few years, and I ended up starting to sell advertising for a trade newspaper. And I didn't really know my product. And I didn't think of getting to know my product. It just didn't occur to me to really get intimately connected with my product. And it was in a manufacturing industry, and I did well in the position. I really loved talking to people, but on a fundamental level, until towards the end of my time there, where I really started finding the joy in what I was working with, the vision didn't align. Right? I did my job, they did their job, and we didn't really have that vision between my desires for my future and the company's desires for the future. We shared it, but it wasn't clear. So you've got to really know what that vision is. Hello, Danya. Hello, Kelsey. So that's number one, clarity of vision. Number two, when it comes to sales success in a service-based business, is mindset. Okay. You gotta have the right mindset. And I think I touched on the elephant in the room when it comes to sales. So a lot of people, they don't like the word sales. And I personally think that's sad. That's a negative paradigm, because for me, I love sales. I love being sold. And I think some of my greatest experiences and some of my greatest acquisitions have come from a beautiful experience. I have often walked into a clothing store and had a bad experience. And no matter how much I loved the product, if I didn't have a great sales experience, I would walk out angry, deflated, sad that I couldn't buy something, because for me, I really need a beautiful experience, and I need to trust the people I work with, even if it's to do something like buying clothes. Okay, so I feel that sales, when you have that beautiful sales experience, there was a time I was in Montreal. And we were shopping in the little boutiques. And I went into one of these boutiques, and this stuff was interesting, but it's not like I needed anything. And none of the clothing really appealed to me. But this cute saleswoman, this cute little girl, she was just adorable. She's like, "Can I dress you up like my Barbie doll?" And she just made a beautiful experience out of this for me. The clothes were not my style, but I did manage to find one snakeskin belt that I ended up buying. And I think I've worn the belt a handful of times, but every time I put that belt on, I remember how she tied the belt on me with passion. And she was so passionate about making my experience beautiful that I didn't need the belt. I liked the belt. I didn't love the belt, but I loved the experience, and I still feel so, so good about it. And so she had the right mindset. She had a mindset of service. And when you really show up with that mindset of service and with the right attitude, magic can happen. Sparks can and do fly, and it turns into this beautiful, beautiful thing. I feel a lot of women can relate to the clothing experience, where you don't have the service and then you do. When you feel like a princess and you go buy clothing, there is no better feeling in the world. And that can happen in so many different ways. But bottom line is, when you're creating that experience for people, you've got to have the mindset of selling is helping. Selling is creating an experience for people. And when you're in a sales position, or when you're creating a sales opportunity, there's a very specific attitude an attitude of selling that you've really got to adopt in order to thrive in this world. Okay. You've got to make sure that your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are really, really well aligned. Okay. And when they are, that's when the magic happens. Okay. So step one, it is clear vision. Step two is mindset. Step three is human connection. And human connection is so, so key, because, there are websites out there. You can text people, you can do things very automated these days. When you call into when you use your phone and you actually call someone and you get an automated line, do you get excited about talking to a machine and clicking through 10 different navigations just to get the one thing you're looking for? And you don't actually get to talk to a human. If you're picking up the phone, you want that human connection. And people now more than ever want and need and really crave that human connection. If you're in a service-based business, human connection is key, because it will help build your ecosystem, and it'll help create that vibration that you are looking for, that you can infuse through your marketing, that you can infuse through automated systems. But there is something about human connection. When you have a live person in front of you, you can actually serve them to the best of their ability. Sometimes there are things that you can't hear in a text message. Sometimes there are things you can't see in a text message. And even in an automated email sequence, like, can you really customize something to people that excites them, gets them feeling like you really have their back? That's only possible when you have that actual human connection, one-to-one. And the best way is through phone or through video or in that live capacity. And this week I've actually had I've had about 5 different conversations, 5 different people that have had, they're in this business. They were successful in one business and they're transitioning into a new business or a new industry. And they don't feel as confident having phone calls with clients or having that human connection with clients. And so they're avoiding making calls and then business isn't happening. And when you get to that point, if you get to that point where you don't have the confidence because you don't know where to start, or you don't know how to have an organic conversation, or you don't know how to really position yourself or what your product or service can offer, then there is going to be no reason for you to want to make a call, right? It's not going to be an organic fit. You don't want to just read a script. You don't want to make it a weird or awkward experience for people. You want to make it a beautiful, organic, and authentic connection, right? Sandra, yeah, you want to learn more effective verbiage. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you more about that in a bit. But I think machines, yes. There's another comment. Even those stupid machines don't listen to me. It's on the human connection, one-to-one. I am such a fan of human connection. And so that is key. And I think as salespeople, we want to make that human connection feel good for us. And as salespeople, we want that human connection to feel good for the people we're serving. You cannot serve people if it's a bad process. Okay, so one of the things, like I had some training when I was younger in the financial services industry, and I loved it. It was so valuable. As I've moved on to other industries, I've been grateful to have that training, but I've had to go through some different hoops in order to really figure out how to adapt to a new business or a new industry or a new way of interacting with people. You still have the basics down, but there are some things that I had to really play with. And I noticed that there are certain fundamental ways that you can have that conversation in a beautiful, organic, and productive way. And so if you are feeling like that, I know Sandra and a few others are, then I have an opportunity that I'll tell you a little about in a little bit that I think can help with that. Now, step 4 is tracking numbers, okay? Tracking numbers, because often if you have a great moment or a great experience or a great day, you are on fire. If you have one of those weeks where things don't go your way, or maybe you don't have the most exciting calls, or you have other things going on in your personal life, which often personal challenges that you have impact how you feel in business. It doesn't matter what business you're in. If you've got crap going on at home or in your diet or in your life, or you're not sleeping enough, that is going to directly impact your business and your life. And when you start tracking your numbers, this is one way that you can be really objective, because numbers are data. And we want to be emotionally involved when we're connecting with humans. We don't want to be emotionally involved when it comes to checking out our results. And when you track your results and you track your data, this is going to help you course correct along the way. And there are very specific things that you want to look at tracking to give you that guidance so you can make better decisions. And last but not least, consistency, because consistency really is key. This is the fuel that will keep the fire going. This is what will keep reminding people that you are around and you have their back, because the fact is, maybe yesterday wasn't the perfect time for them to get involved with your product or with your service, but maybe next week is, or maybe 3 months down the line, circumstances change, or maybe even a year down the line, circumstances change. And the more consistent you are with your connections, with your output, with your input, then that's when you're going to start getting the results in just a beautiful way. You've got to have that consistency of input, output, and service. And when I mean input, that means putting good thoughts, good ideas, good information into your mind, eating good food, drinking water, putting good fuel into your body. You've got to put the right things in so you can give the right result. So you can be there and be fully present with your people and with your clients. Okay. So input, put good things in your body, thoughts, work, mindset, and then the output so you get the results that you're looking for. Okay. And I mentioned that when I first got into the world of financial services, I did get some training, and it made a world of difference. We literally did so much action-oriented training that it made me confident even when I was 18 years old, working with people in their 40s and 50s and 60s. And it made me feel really confident that I could serve and I could make good decisions and help guide them in an effective way. Okay. But that didn't happen by happen chance. It happened because someone literally held my hand and said, okay, let's do this together. Let's practice. Let's help you walk through this process step by step. So you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, you know how to really build that authentic connection with people. Otherwise, you can't help everyone, right? You can't, the fact is you can't help everyone. So when you are helping people, you want to make sure it's going to be the most authentic experience, and you want to make sure that you are genuinely serving. And so knowing the steps and practicing those steps made a world of difference to me. And that's what I want to offer you. If I actually decided to build confidence for sales, a build confidence in sales boot camp. And it's a hands-on experience where you can learn and implement the mindset and the mechanics for really feeling at ease in a sales situation, even if you're an introvert and even if you don't love the idea of selling. And I think this training is the one I wish I had when I got started in many of my other businesses. When I had someone hold my hand, it was great. When I didn't, it took me a lot of time and effort to figure it out along the way. So if you're new to sales and entrepreneurship, and maybe you're confused in the sea of possibilities and you really don't know where to start when it comes to attracting clients or comes to working in a sales capacity, or if you have a lot of sales conversations that really aren't converting or that aren't leading you to the outcomes that you want, they don't feel right to you. You keep asking yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? And things aren't jiving for you. Or maybe you're just frustrated because you're promoting yourself. You've got great marketing out there. You're putting yourself out on social media. You're going to networking events and you're not getting clients and wondering what else you've got to try. This is for you. This is designed for people that are wanting to get comfortable in that situation and start attracting clients in that authentic way. If you are a master salesperson and you have excellent client base and you are rocking in the world, this is not the workshop for you. It might be interesting, not necessary for you. But if you're struggling or if you want an upper hand, then this is for you. Okay. And so it's actually going to be held the weekend of March 27th and 28th. And we're going to host a pre-call and a follow-up call. And it really is designed for people that are high achievers and want more out of life. Okay. So a couple of the other things that we're really going to cover. We're going to cover how to develop that unstoppable mindset and impeccable attitude for service-based sales. We're going to look at how to identify your ideal client and really monetize and magnetize yourself to them. You want to attract them. And we're going to look at strategies to do that. We're going to look at how to hold natural and authentic, really meaningful conversations with clients and with prospects. We're going to look at strategies to turn your fear and procrastination into actual enthusiasm and results, because that is going to be more compelling. It's going to be more fun, and it's going to help you serve better, because selling is helping. Selling is all about serving people. And that's what we're in this for, to help people. We're going to look at I'm going to show you how to guide your prospects down the path to agreement. It's a natural path to agreement, and really naturally position your offer so it's easy for them to buy, and some insider secrets to handling objections, and so much more. I literally planned it in 2 days, but these conversations that I had last week, they they were wonderful. They were compelling. And I know I was able to serve my heart out in the half hour or hour I had with each of those people. And I also know in order to really be successful and thrive with this information and thrive with this kind of world, there is more that needs to be done. You actually need to practice, and you need to take imperfect action and be willing to do that. So maybe one of my team members can drop the link in the comments. That would be great. We have a link where you can get more information and where you can get registered. There are going to be a very limited number of seats available for this. So you want to register before it's gone and before the opportunity fills up, because we want to make this an intimate experience. This isn't like, we're not going to have hundreds of people. We're going to have just a few people, handful of people, so you can really get the absolute most out of this training. So when you register, you're going to get that intimate hands-on experience with me. I am a master results coach, and I'm also an NLP trainer, so neuro-linguistic programming trainer, which we have some extra secrets that we can help teach you and help train you on to make the experience even more compelling. We're going to go way beyond theory, and we're really going to look at taking massive action as we go. We're going to look at systems, processes, and recipes for success. We're going to look at detailed resources and worksheets. I'm going to hand them to you for you to reference during the workshop and in the future. And again, we're going to have a pre-session to get you started on the right foot, and a bonus follow-up session to reinforce all your learnings and answer all your questions. So I'm hoping one of my team members can pop the link in the chat. If for some reason it's not ready, I thought it was ready, but if it's not ready, then we'll definitely pop one to you. Just mention in the chat if you are interested. Sandra, I know you're interested, but mention in the chat, I am interested, I want to know more, and we will make sure to get that information to you, because we don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. And so this is going to be more than 18 hours of jam-packed value, and we have an opportunity to pay in full and also have a flexible payment opportunity. So the pay in full option is $595 plus tax, and the flexible opportunity is 3 payments of $249. So whatever works best for you is awesome, because ultimately you are in a world full of infinite potential, and you are fully entitled to having that come your way. And there is nothing more that we would like than to help you, to hold your hand, to guide you towards absolute success beyond whatever you imagined. So with that, let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if you can serve. If you are new to sales, if you need some tools and strategies to really help move you forward, this is going to be a great training for you. If you're feeling stuck, this is the training for you. If you are putting a lot out there, if you're doing a lot of output, maybe you have some experience and something isn't working, or you've tried things and they haven't worked, this is the training that you want to get to, because we're not just going to give you the information. We are going to walk you through it. We're going to look at what's really good. We're going to look at where you can use that improvement one-to-one. Okay, so with that, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Please join me in this training. I think it's going to be so much fun. I've been so excited since I thought of it, and it's happening in just a couple weeks. So we are basically getting together for a weekend workshop, and I hope you can be there. I really hope you can be there. It's all about building your success in sales and really building your comfort levels in sales. So Build Your Comfort in Sales Bootcamp is weekend of 27th and 28th. I hope to see you there, and I hope this information has been valuable to you. Bye for now.